Welcome to Radio Boomers Live, the show about all things human from a baby boomer's perspective. All things hot and all things not. News, reviews, interviews, chat, text, and what's next. And here are your hosts, Reatha Gray from Betty White's Off Their Rockers and Easy's dad, Jim Zuley.
Good morning, Radio Boomers Live listeners out there, and good morning, Reatha. And we are moving into the new year so rapidly I can't keep up. This is let me see here. Wow, we got so many things on the plate. I don't know how to keep up with all this stuff. But anyway, we have a lot of things on the plate here, guys. A lot of things. Now, there's going to be our list of. It's like a who's who. We got. You remember, we got to keep up with this. EricZuley.com. Okay, go to the blog, check out the new info, and see. You know, there's just a long list of things. We got the Hollywood Film Festival at the Hilton Hotel in San Gabriel, celebrating the Chinese Lunar New Year. At the Universal Hilton, the preview of Beyond the Secret, The Awakening. Our client Jeff Levine, producer, and there's all kinds of stuff going on. And you know, guys, we talked about the New Year's resolutions and so on and so forth. Don't be discouraged if you make these resolutions and nothing comes through. It takes a while. You got to keep, you got to keep up with it. But it's not going to work. It may work. You just keep on rolling, because I've had so many situations where I've got the diet and the health, and I'm going to just change my ways. And
yeah, right.
You know what I mean, Reef? You just fall off the wagon there. You know.
You do, but that moves us into our hot topic time.
Well, you kind of stay on it though. I mean, you're you're really into the health. And I give you a lot of credit. Juicing every morning, jogging.
I'm not. No, I'm not. You're imagining things. Okay, well, I guess we're not going to have any hot topic music. So.
Well, yeah, let's go into the hot topics there. We got a few things to talk about. So.
Right. Well, my first hot topic is the impeachment. Tomorrow starts the impeachment. And all I want to say about that is go into it with a neutral attitude and pay attention. Don't go in with what you've already thought, you've already decided 2 years ago. Go in with an open mind. And if we're going to be truly America, we're going to have to follow our own Constitution and be fair about how this process goes. So don't just say, I'm not even watching it, I've already made up my mind. Watch it, pay attention, and let's see what happens. Okay, and my second hot topic is the SAG Awards. The SAG Awards were last night. I actually didn't really watch them, so I can't comment on how they were, but I can tell you a little bit about who won. The outstanding performance by a cast in a motion picture was Parasite, which is the first foreign film to win that award, and so that's exciting. The outstanding performance by a female actor in a leading role was Renee Zellweger as Judy Garland. I was challenged with her getting outstanding awards for the performance. It was a good performance, don't get me wrong, but outstanding, I don't know. But she won. Joaquin Phoenix won for outstanding male actor in a leading role for Joker. Joker is a very, very, very dark movie. So I was challenged by that. I didn't see the other Joker. I don't have anything to compare it to. But Joaquin seems to be walking away with all the awards. The outstanding performance by a female actor in a supporting role was Laura Dern in Marriage Story. Didn't see Marriage Story, so I don't know what to tell you. And Brad Pitt won again for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. for outstanding performance by a male actor in a supporting role. I did think Brad Pitt was brilliant in the role. Now, I don't know if he was just brilliant Brad Pitt or a brilliant actor. I'm not sure. But I loved him in the role. Congratulations to Brad and to all the other winners also, because obviously you were voted on. And the last one I'm going to mention is Jennifer Aniston for the outstanding performance by a female actor in a drama series for The Morning Show. I've only seen one episode of The Morning Show, so again, I can't really comment on that. But the awards went off, and next is the Oscars, and we'll see who wins those. And Jim, what's your hot topic this morning?
Well, Reatha, you mentioned Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. Jennifer Aniston. I saw it. Tabloid. There we go.
Ripped from the headlines. Today's hot topic.
So, Rick, I saw where Brad and Jennifer might be getting together. I don't know. You take those with a grain of salt.
No, they just were friends at an award show. Everybody wants to take it to the hill.
Okay. The inside from Reatha. She knows what's going on because she hangs with these people. So anyway,
right.
I got some requests to recap on some of these topics. You know, the credit cards and so on and so forth. The women that work on the farm. So I'm going to just go over some of these if you want to hear them again. 59% of organic farming. Now people are talking about that for the health. Okay, it's getting big. You know, grass-fed beef and so on. 59% of the organic farming the farming is done by women due to a driving desire for social impact. Their initial issue is learning to drive the tractors because they're manual transmissions, so not a big hurdle. Okay, and interest rates. I get a lot of things about it. A lot of people want to get a new home stuff. They're very strong. Interest rates are still very low. I think we're looking at the low fours on this, and then that means your payments are going to be low, easier to qualify. And millennials are on track to be the most obese generation, and 7 to 10 of them will be overweight by the age of 60. I don't know about that. Come on, guys. And obesity epidemic also hit the baby boomers. And they're saying 1 out of 3 is hitting the obese range, around 30 pounds. Supposed to be what it is. And the average man is supposed to be 5'9", weigh 195 pounds. The average female 5'4", weigh 170 pounds. The good news is there is a lot of desire and clubs starting and that, and because they see the problem, both generations, and hitting the clubs and trying to eliminate all that. Australia is still having problems with the fires, and it's the after effects. You have the smoke, so they're dealing with a lot of the smoke in South America. It's just an issue where if you plan on traveling, Reatha and I talk about this, do your homework. Prince Harry and Duchess Meghan, well, no more royalty. They gave up their notoriety for a normal life. Too much negative press, paparazzi, being picked on by the paparazzi, so on and so forth. And they're not only giving up their titles, they're giving up their income. And not only that, the Queen said they have to pay back the $2 million they spent for remodeling the place that they're living in. And that's a big change. All right, there's been a surge in the number of Americans opening credit cards. 40% of U.S. households now have credit card debt, with the average being about in the category of $16,000. And Reatha was talking about the impeachment situation. Well, there's just a lot of talk with the attorneys about this is just kind of in a ridiculous category. Presidential lawyers say the case is insufficient and unconstitutional, and Democrats are using it. Basically, this is the rumor that they say it's a perversion of the Constitution, and they're using it to knock them out of the 2020 elections because they say there's nobody that can take on Trump. So I don't know, Reatha, as you know, a lot of stuff, and you know, what do you like Reatha says, you have to do your homework, do your research, listen. The Philippines, you know, had a bad volcanic eruption and earthquake that followed, and you know, it's the after effects of all this stuff, like in Australia, major, you know, unbelievable fires in Australia, and it's the after effects. You have all these animals, you know, the ones that survived have nowhere to go back to feed off what they used to feed off and everything. So now they got airlifts going on in Australia where they're dropping different foods that they would eat over there. So, yeah, Reatha, a lot of stuff going on, and a lot of these disasters in these countries. You know, we got the Philippines and Puerto Rico with all the we still owe them $16 billion for the hurricane, and then they get hit with all this other stuff. It's hard to come back from all that, Reatha, I'll tell you. And with that, we'll move on to commercials.
All right, commercial time.
And we'll do a drum.
Looking to grow and align your brand with celebrities and other established brands? Your brand is all about your entire customer experience. Everything from your logo, your website, your social media experiences, the way you answer the phone, to the way your customers experience your staff. So why not let us help you get your branding right from the start? At Easyway Promotions, we are a new class of professionals providing first-class online branding, promotion, social media, website development, editing, graphic design, public relations, media, SEO, and online advertising to give your business the competitive edge to stand out. Our highly experienced experts will not only help you increase your online presence, but also provide you with a proven online strategy to help you increase the value of your company and make acquiring new customers easier. So what are you waiting for? Contact us today and let us help you grow your business exponentially.
For more information, contact 424-209-9290 or visit easywaypromotions.com. That's letter E, letter Z. We also encourage you to like our Facebook page at Easyway Promotions.
Are you tired of doing business the hard way? Is building your business taking too much time and energy? We can help. Introducing your ultimate solution, Easyway Business Membership. We're a full-service digital marketing solution specializing in branding and marketing, advertising, and introductions to CEOs and influencers that can help your business thrive. Problem solved. Now you can hire our award-winning team to work for your business. We've received many prestigious awards, including the Digital Trailblazer Award by Hollywood Weekly magazine, and we've been recognized by Congress. For just $11 a day, you'll get more exposure, reach more clients by next month, guaranteed. Here's how it works. You pay one low annual fee of $4,000, and you'll receive consulting, branding, marketing, advertising, social media support, product placement, and business introductions to help your business grow exponentially. And if you need more, we offer SEO, commercial, TV exposure, and much more for an additional rate. To recap, for just $11 a day annual membership fee, you'll receive branding, consulting, business-to-business introductions, advertising, and social media support. But don't take our word for it. Here's what our customers say.
We've been working with Easyway Eric for the last 6 months, and literally we are slammed with work for 2 months straight, so his marketing definitely works.
To learn more, visit easywaynetwork.com or contact us at 877-399-2929. And don't forget to follow us on social media. On Facebook at Easyway Network, Twitter at Easyway Broadcast, and YouTube at Easyway TV.
Yes, indeed. And I always say it. I try to, it's very important to start your day with the right stuff. And I start the motor with my big Boomer Boost. So I'm very impressed with our guest we have coming on, Janet Zipper. She's a life coach, speaker, radio and TV host on JZ TV, and author of Embrace Your Power 9 years in the coaching world and has, there's a lot of coaches, but there's the real deal, and Janet's the real deal. She makes a difference in people's lives. She has been hosting on her show for about 7 years. That's a lot of experience. She has hosted red carpet interviews with celebrities, fashion designers, public figures, all kinds of professionals in the entertainment business. She's done interviews with Muhammad Ali's family, Alexander Holyfield, and the list goes on and on and on. So I could keep going on, but then when Janet got on, I have to say, sorry, time's up. Janet, are you on with us?
Thank you. Hi,
she is.
good morning. I'm
Janet.
Here.
Hi, Janet. And you know Reatha?
Janet.
Reatha's on with us?
Hi,
Reatha, do you remember
yes,
Janet?
I do.
Good morning.
Good
Reatha Gray
morning.
from Betty White's Off Their Rockers. See, we're trying to get Reatha back on her rocker, but it's taken a while. She'll get there. So anyway, Janet, thanks for you're a jet setter. You're so busy all the time. Thanks for taking the time to come on with us. You have, where does all this energy come from? You have, because we see you on the carpets, we see you at events. I mean, do you have did you inherit some kind of extra energy or?
Well, I've always been a high energy person, but I also take very good care of myself, and I feed myself high fuel food. Anything that's not God made, I don't eat. I eat only food that's going to give you the best energy and fuel. Just like people, if I think of my body as being a Lamborghini or a Ferrari. You're going to put the best gas in the Lamborghini or Ferrari, right? So I'm going to put the best food in my body, which is a Lamborghini or a Ferrari. Priceless, right?
I like that. That makes it. So you don't live on Snicker bars and Three Musketeers and milkshakes. So.
No, none of that. No.
So you have, how'd you lay out your plan? What steered you kind of into this, the hosting and the life coaching? You have so much out there about helping people, and you have so much success with your hosting on your shows and everything. What kind of steered you in that direction for the hosting and doing your shows and everything?
I love people. Ever since I was a little girl, I've always been the kind of person who's very curious about people and their story and their lives, and people have always come to me for advice. So it kind of came natural. It's funny because I didn't look for this. It came after me, and people always ask me, how do you get all these opportunities and all these things? I was just doing what I love, and I think when you do what you love and you do it with a passion, people see that, and that's who I am. I can't be anyone else.
I believe that. Yeah, they see it in your eyes.
What's the most exciting or interesting or best interview that you've ever had with someone?
You got it, Holyfield. You have so many people.
Yeah, I would say I just got to interview Robert F. Kennedy Jr. That was incredible. I have to say that he is one of the nicest men I've ever met. I was having issues right before the interview with my camera, and he's a tall guy, and I couldn't get it just right. I kept chopping his head off, and he actually said, "You know what? Are you happy with that?" And I said, "No." So he says, "Let me help you," and he adjusted, my tripod and my camera for me. Just a really nice all-around man, and I was really impressed by him.
That's pretty cool.
I have to say, yeah.
So you're doing.
You get to see people, who they are.
A lot of people, and you're doing your shows. You have the Jay-Z TV Live. You've been working with Easy Way. You're with our Easy Way family.
Yes.
And what have your experiences been like in the Easy Way family? You met some people and have fun?
Well, yeah, I'm going to tell everyone my story a little bit because I was in the entertainment industry in New York, and not very many people knew me in California. When I moved here 2 years ago, I met Eric right before I moved. Denise Burkhart introduced me to Eric. When I moved out here, Eric was one of the first people who had, invited me to do red carpet interviews. And, I really appreciated that because, even though I was well known in New York, nobody really knew me in California. So that really helped me to, cement my foot in here. And so I always be appreciative of Eric and what he did for me, opened doors for me for people to get to know me, who I am out here in California.
They say he's like the digital Dick Clark. I kind of relate him to the Johnny Carson because, I don't know if you remember, but Reatha, Johnny started a lot of careers. Like he got a lot of people.
Yes.
I mean, he watching the show. And Eric's, we hear from so many people, he's jump-started a lot of stuff too. But you know what? It's a different business. Reatha understands this. Reatha could have been this or that, a doctor, engineer, whatever. And she went entertainment. It's a different life, but it's kind of got it is excitement too. It's because you meet more, I think, people or a different genre of people than the normal person would, and it's kind of exciting, because you meet so many on the carpet and everything. So what's going on?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, and you know what? I love to inspire and motivate people. So I get to, meet people that normally I wouldn't meet being on the red carpet or going to these events. And I love to make people smile and to see them happy. So when I interview them, I get to share my energy with them, which, is a very important thing because it is very important the kind of people you surround yourself with and the energy they have. So if I can impart, positive, motivating, inspiring, uplifting energy to someone, then, that made my day.
Well, that's exactly what it does. Because you notice when somebody walks in the room with it's kind of like the depressing aura or something, it kind of spreads around. And you come in and you have that bubbly, have the positive, and makes a difference with people. And now you got, all right, so you're on JZ TV Live, and you're building an audience. So what are you doing to continually build your audience on your different podcasts and shows? What advice would you give to the listeners?
Well, you have to put yourself out there. I do all my own promoting and marketing and that, and I did it from the get-go because I'm the kind of person, and this is something that I advise everyone. If you don't know how to do something, learn it yourself. Like, even when I first started with my radio show, I didn't know anything about starting a radio show. I researched it and started my own show. And, you can ask people along the way. Don't ever be afraid to, do something you've never done before. We live in an information age where you can find just about anything and how to do it. So go for it. You don't wait for anyone. Just go for it and do it. And that's how you become successful.
A saying I remember is, do the thing you fear, and the death of fear is certain. And we talked about this, I think it was last week, about, if there's a certain type of door I've never hung, I may let that sit for a while compared to the door I'm used to hanging all the time. Oh, I'll go take care of that when it's new. But then when you start doing, you realize, like when Eric, turned me on to the fan, the new cell phone, the iPhones and all that. I thought, oh, geez, I got to learn to push all these buttons and apps and things. But you start doing it, it's piece of cake. And it's then you move on from there, and then you feel good because you're keeping up, and you are definitely keeping up with the new age, right? With the computer. You're a tech person, pretty much.
Yes.
So where's
I am.
Janet Zipper going from here? What's on the table?
Well, I'm taking my show, on TV. I'm actually starting a conference March 28th. I have my first conference that I'm doing in California. I used to do a lot of workshops and speaking engagements on the East Coast. I'm now gearing up to do that on the West Coast and then take it back to the East. So I plan to have nationwide conferences. And I have all my speakers lined up, and I have everything lined up, and it's time for me to get on the road again.
I'm back on the road.
What's your conference going to be?
It's empowering women. I came from an abused marriage. I was married to an abusive man, and my heart is for abused women and children. And I want them to be empowered to, there's so much healing that needs to happen for a woman, as I know since I've been through it, to be able to empower yourself to move forward. And my conference is all about healing and empowering those women to move forward in their life so they can be better moms to their children. And, the children are the most important thing in this country. We need to raise up children who have good morals, values, and ethics, and who are healed and whole, because they are our future. And that's my goal.
That's true. That's true.
Then how can we find out about the conferences and get in touch with you and your Facebook? How do we find out about you?
Okay, well, I'm on every social media pretty much. You can Google Janet Zipper. You can Google Jay-Z TV Live or Embrace Your Power Show. You can email me at janetzipper@gmail.com and reach out to me on social media. I try to keep, in contact with the people who reach out to me with messages. I get bombarded by so many people, so many messages, but I always try to answer people's messages. So, don't be discouraged if I don't answer you right away, because, I'm a very busy woman, but I do try to, try to have a relationship with all my followers and fans, because everyone is important to me.
I give you credit for that. Yeah. Well, you're an inspiration to a lot of people, and they want to get in touch with you to see how they can improve their lives. But it is difficult keeping up with everything. I know that. Is it Janet Zipper, JANETZIPPER?
Yes, it is.
People spell their names so many different ways now. I know.
No, you're right.
Well,
Yep,
Janet,
yep.
Well, Janet, thanks for taking the time again, and I really appreciate you coming on, and all your shows and your online, your the different carpets I see you on, and it's really enjoyable watching all that. Keep up the good work, and we expect to see more Janet out there. But for now, Janet, time's running out, and guys, check her out, because she's really into everything that you want to find out about. And if you want to enhance your career and get coaching, she's the person to go to, Janet Zipper. Thank you, Janet, for coming on Radio Boomers Live.
God bless you guys.
Okay. I really appreciate what she does, Reatha, because it's an inspiration to a lot of people that want to get in the business. And with that, I think we have to move on to, what do we got, Reatha? A commercial coming up here?
We got a commercial, and then we've got Carmelita's Corner.
Carmelita's Corner, that's right.
Boomers Forever Young is really making a name for themselves as an exciting nutritional company with products that really work. People from all over the country are starting to take notice. Their whole-person approach to health and wellness, combined with their unique array of powerful natural health products, are setting them apart from all the other companies in the nutrition industry. Their customers love the one-on-one free consultations and the results they experience. Sound a little too good to be true? Then go online to boomerboost.com today and sign up for a free consultation with a product specialist, or just give us a call at 1-800-861-4609. Again, that's boomerboost.com, or call 1-800-861-4609 to join the thousands already experiencing the benefits of Boomers Forever Young products.
You are about to experience Carmelita's Corner. Carmelita's song Rosebud made it to the top 40s with the godfather of soul, James Brown. She's the founder of the Rose Breast Cancer Society. Now here's your host, Carmelita Pittman.
Good morning, everyone. How are you doing out there in Radio Land? And we're coming to you on the heels of the celebration of a very great man in our history. He has made such a difference in the world, and we're still fighting for civil rights to this day, but he was a trailblazer, and you all know him as Martin Luther King Jr. He was born January 15th, 1929, And unfortunately, he was taken away from us April the 4th, 1968. He was only 39 years young, but just imagine how much he was able to accomplish during his lifetime. He was born Martin Luther King, Jr., and there is some controversy about his name change, but he, I understand, changed it later to Martin, which I never really knew about. I've only known him as Martin Luther King, and I think all of us the same. His grandfather began the family's long tenure as pastors of the Ebenezer Baptist Church in Atlanta, serving from 1914 to 1931. His father has served from then until the present, and from 1960 until his death, Martin Luther acted as co-pastor. Martin Luther attended segregated public schools in Georgia, graduating from high school at the age of 15. He received a BA degree in 1948 from Morehouse College, which was a distinguished, as it was named at the time, Negro institution of Atlanta. We've had so many different descriptions: Negro, African American, Black, but in this particular biography, which I'm conveying to you, it was described as a Negro institution, from which both his father and grandfather graduated. After 3 years of theological study of Crozier Theological Seminary in Pennsylvania, he was elected president of a predominantly white senior class, and he was awarded the B.D. in 1951 with a fellowship which he won at Crozier. He enrolled in graduate studies at Boston University, completing his residence for the doctorate in 1953 and receiving the degree in 1955. In Boston, he met and married Coretta Scott, a young woman of uncommon intellectual and artistic attainments. 2 sons and 2 daughters were born into the family. In 1954, Martin Luther King became pastor of the Dexter Avenue Baptist Church in Montgomery, Alabama. Always a strong worker for civil rights for members of his race, King was by this time a member of the Executive Committee of the National Association for Advancement of Colored People, the leading organization of its kind in the nation. He was then ready, early in December, to accept the leadership for the first nonviolent demonstration of contemporary times in the United States, the bus boycott, described by Gunnar John in his presentation speech in honor of the laureate. The boycott lasted 382 days. On December 21st, 1956, after the Supreme Court of the United States had declared unconstitutional the laws requiring segregation on buses, Negroes and whites rode the buses as equals. During these days of boycott, King was arrested, his home was bombed, he was subjected to personal abuse, but at the same time, he emerged as a leader of the first rank. In 1957, he was elected president of the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, an organization formed to provide new leadership for the new burgeoning civil rights movement. The ideals for this organization he took from Christianity, its operational techniques from Gandhi. In the 11-year period between 1957 and 1968, King traveled over 6 million miles and spoke over 2,500 times, appearing wherever there was injustice, protest, and action. And meanwhile, he wrote 5 books as well as numerous articles. In these years, he led a massive protest in Birmingham, Alabama, that caught the attention of the entire world, providing what he called a coalition of conscience and inspiring his letter from a Birmingham jail. a manifesto of the revolution. He planned the drives in Alabama for the registration of Americans of African descent. And I say that because they are Americans first, and working to attain equal status. He directed the peaceful march on Washington, D.C. 250,000 people listened to him deliver his address, I Have a Dream. He conferred with President John F. Kennedy and campaigned for President Lyndon B. Johnson. He was arrested up to 20 times and assaulted at least 4 times. He was actually stabbed, and he managed to survive, and thank goodness he did not sneeze. As one white woman thanked him, she said, thank God you did not sneeze. And he said he was thankful he didn't sneeze either, because he managed to live long enough to see change come about. He was named Man of the Year by Time magazine in 1963 and became not only the symbolic leader of American blacks, but also a world figure. At the age of 35, Martin Luther King was the youngest man to have received the Nobel Peace Prize. When he received the prize money, which was $54,000 and $54,123, he turned it over to further the civil rights movement. He actually passed away not a rich man because he gave his money to the cause. So on that note, I want to introduce a surprise guest. Martin Luther King's father had 7 brothers, and one of them was the father of my husband, Jerry Pittman's mom. And I'd like to bring Jerry Pittman on now, my wonderful Jerry Pittman. Can you please give us a few words, and good morning.
Good morning, Carmelita. How are you doing? Yeah, I am related to the King family. I didn't grow up in Georgia. My mother, father, and my grandmother all grew up in Georgia. They knew the King family well. John Oliver King was one of Daddy King, who was Martin Luther King's father. One of his brothers, John Oliver King, married my grandmother, Miss Edna, and John Oliver is my mother's father. That's the only relationship that I have with the King family. My mother married King's father, King's father's brother, I should say, and they left Georgia back in the late 30s, early 40s, and I was born in Florida in 1943. So I that is the only relationship that I have to the King family. I met Martin Luther King and his wife in New York when I lived in New York back in the 60s, Coretta Scott King and Martin, on an elevator. At that time I did not know that we were related, but we spoke. And I had a chance to talk to him twice when I lived on the East Coast. But he was a timely person. He lived a worthwhile life for 39 years. 39 years, and he was gone, but he did make a contribution to society, Carmelita.
Definitely, and to the world, and actually, there's still more work that needs to be done.
Yes,
especially during these times. And I want to thank you for coming on and saying a few words to our listening audience. Many people that I know do not know that you are Martin Luther King's second cousin, and I think your explanation is very clear.
Okay, thank you.
So
thank you.
And wait a minute, before you leave, I believe we have a question from one of the listeners. Do we have someone out there in the audience that wants to call in and ask you a question? Okay.
Carmelita's Corner, as always, is just wonderful. I had heard that Jerry was a relative of Martin Luther King Jr., and I have a Martin Luther King Jr. connection also. My Uncle William went to college at Morehouse with Dr. King, and I remember when I was a very little girl, I don't know if I really remember it or I just was told the story so many times that I think I remember it, but I know Dr. King came to our house shortly after my uncle had graduated from Morehouse, and they had a picnic and a party to celebrate. And I remember, I saw a picture of all the ladies had on these wonderful sundresses, and the men had on suits and ties at a barbecue in the backyard. It was amazing. So that's my memory, my meeting of Dr. Martin Luther King. And it is a wonderful time that we are celebrating. We have the largest Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. parade in the country right here in Los Angeles. It's going to be starting actually very shortly at 11 o'clock. So I know in L.A. it's going to be telecast on ABC. So be sure to check it out.
He was quite a guy. It's like apropos to have a holiday in his name. And, what gets me, Reatha, is his age. I mean, he's kind of beyond his years,
Well, back then they expected to live short lives. Now, clearly, his death was untimely and premature, but they got so much done in the few years that they walked this earth. Sometimes it makes me feel bad. It's like, oh, wait, I've lived twice that long. I haven't accomplished what some of the people did back then, but they knew their time was short. And like you said, we were going to get to the mountaintop. He might not get there with us.
Rich, we have a caller on 4379 is a caller we have coming in. We could bring him on and see what he has to his comment. Caller, you on with us? Caller 4379, I believe it is. Do we have a caller with some comments? Let's see if we...
Hello?
Okay.
Hello?
Hello.
Yes.
You're 4379. Hi, and welcome to Radio Boomers Live.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for having me. I did have a question for Jerry to just to see if being that he is related to the King family, his thoughts were, would Martin Luther King be happy with where we are with civil rights today, or would he be disappointed?
That's a good question. Reatha?
I think that he would be pleased in some aspects and disappointed in others. I mean, clearly we've come a long ways from, having to sit in the back of the bus or denied seating in counters. But there's still parts of the country where there's segregation, some self-imposed and some imposed upon others. There's still places where racism is still taking place. And I'm sure he would have hoped that by 2020 we would have really just come a lot further. But we're still progressing, so we have to keep the dream alive.
Yeah, I agree, but I think one thing that's disappointing for me today was when I go out with, looking on social medias, and our president is a big Twitter fan, and he tweets, multiple times during the day, and he hasn't, wished, said anything about Martin Luther King on his day, which is very disappointing. Every president has done that except for him.
Hello. I think we're back together again.
Hello,
there you are.
Hey. Jerry, I think you've got a question coming your way.
I'm listening.
He's
okay.
there.
Hi, Jerry. Hi, Jerry. I just wanted to call in and ask, what would if Martin Luther King was alive today, would he be happy with the progress that we've made in the United States regarding segregation and rights for all individuals, or would he be disappointed?
I think he'd be very disappointed because he started something that should have been allowed to keep going, but his death stopped a lot of things, because the people working with him they were not working together as much as they should have been. And I think if he were alive today, he would might not even be in the civil rights movement, to be honest with you.
I think today, especially today for me, is that it's disappointing to see, that after our president tweets enough on social media that he hasn't even acknowledged Martin Luther King Day today. Which
he's
I
not
think
going to.
Really, I think it's very disappointing because every president has, acknowledged Martin Luther King while they were in office.
Yeah, I know.
And
I know. But the current president will not do that, no. So
why
I don't.
Why do you think
You're breaking up.
I said, why do you think that would be? Why do you think that is?
Well, it's just the current president doesn't think that way. He has a following. He has a base that have very little interest in civil rights, and I just think that because this is just a different era, that he just has no interest in talking about Martin Luther King or anything like that. So it's just a different time and place. That's all. But it's going to come back around. I eventually think things will come back around in time.
Well, they remember they still vote.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true. Vote. All right. Well, thank you very much for
You're
taking
welcome.
the time to answer my questions. Thanks.
Thanks for calling in.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right.
Well,
smartphone, cell phone, PC, Mac, tablet, iPad. That's right. It's tech time.
Well, I'm going to talk about a different type of tech today, actually. I've seen two plays this week, and both of them had a lot of tech going on in the actual production. Last night I saw Sting in The Last Ship. So just a brief commentary on it or review. If you're going to go see this and you think you're going to go see a Sting concert, you are not. Okay, Sting is in it. He does perform and he does sing, but it's not the Sting. I've seen Sting in concert when he was with the Police and just several times over the years. I love Sting. And I kind of went thinking that it would be kind of like a Sting concert. Again, it was not. The music and lyrics were written by Sting, and it's about the last ship built in England when they got rid of one of the shipyards in the 1970s. If you like Riverdance and that type of stuff, it's that kind of music. It's gritty. It's labor union versus the man. It is not a rock and roll concert by any means. Sting does sing in it, but he does it. It's not the Sting that I've come to know and love. I don't want to say it wasn't good because it just wasn't my taste, and I understand that. And I went with the wrong expectations. The audience seemed to love it. I enjoyed it, but it just wasn't what I expected. That's playing at the Amundsen. I think it's going to be there for another month or so. The other musical I saw this week was Frozen. Now, that was at the Pantages, and the singing was wonderful. I didn't see the original animated version of Frozen, so I didn't know what to expect with this either. But it exceeded my expectations. It was the dancing, the singing, the performances, everything was absolutely wonderful. And there was a standing ovation, as there usually are at these performances, but it was a well-deserved standing ovation. Now, bringing it back to tech, the tech on both of these productions were outstanding. They used projection on screens to just create all kinds of images. In The Last Ship, they literally were projecting the shipyard onto the screens, and sometimes it would come down and it would be the inside of a house, and sometimes they would project the actual ship on the screens, and they would have images dancing on the screens in the background with people dancing in the foreground in live action. It was the technical work in The Last Ship was just outstanding. And Frozen, what can I say? They had things that made it, you actually felt like you were cold because of the projection of the ice around the stage and the icebergs that came out and receded. And even when the people were frozen, they projected right on the people as if they were frozen. And it looked real. I can't even begin to tell you how they actually did the technical set decorations on either of these productions. But it certainly has come a long way since my high school play when we were moving these heavy sets in and out. And it certainly has come a long way since even just a few years ago when they would electronically move things in and out. These were projected on screens. They looked real in both of the productions. So as far as the technical part is concerned, I would recommend both of these plays for you to go see just for the tech aspect alone. Frozen, take your kids. It's wonderful to watch. The Last Ship, don't go expecting a Sting concert, but it is a fine production. And that's my tech time for today. Jim?
Okay, baby boomers, it's time for Jim from Jim.
Yes, indeed. Thank you, guys. And I just, we try to be bipartisan on the show, but remember, Trump overall was a fan of Martin Luther King. You got to remember little things too. Also, President Trump signed the Martin Luther King Day Proclamation in January of 18, and he delivered the weekly address honoring Martin Luther King then, and he signed the Martin Luther King Day, and he visited the Martin Luther King Memorial. So the list goes on and on. Trump claims 50th anniversary of Martin Luther King. So, when I heard that, I try to think of both sides because he's been supportive to a lot of this stuff. So you got to weigh in both sides. And so with that, God bless everything he's done. And now it's Jim's Gem. So we're going to, there's so much going on in the Easy Way world here with the list goes on and on. I want to bring in, if I can get a hold of him, my son Eric, Easy Zuley, because we got the ericzuley.com and the blog information and how it's going down the Easy Way, the Hollywood Film Festival. We have so much stuff going on. So let me see if our engineers can reach out to get Eric. Sometimes we get him, sometimes we can't. So, okay, I hear the sound. It's the same sound we use when you go to the store together. They play it before he walks in. So, Eric, you on with us?
Yeah, hey. Hey.
Eric,
Radio Boomers Live.
The show is just rocking and rolling here. The show's another amazing show on Radio Boomers Live. Thanks for popping in. But I wanted to see if I can get you because we have a lot of stuff going on. And I told him about the easyway.com, ericzuley.com. And going to the blog and checking out the new information, see how it's going down the Easy Way. And what kind of information can you update us with? We got the Hollywood Film Festival at the Hilton Hotel in San Gabriel. and the Universal Hilton of Beyond the Secret. So fill us in.
Yeah, well, I mean, pretty much everything that I'm doing is going to be on that website. It's just going to be real simple for all the fans and easy way fam to follow and know what's going on. And you just go to ericzuley.com, click on the menu, and then go to the blog section, and you'll see a lot of client highlights and all the different things I'll be going live with and all the amazing people we're getting involved with and just everything happening, how it's going down the easy way pretty much. And shout-outs to World Prosperity Network and Dante for doing a great job on the website. But, yeah, I mean, like today we're going to be at the Hollywood, Hollywood Global Film Festival with fashion and red carpet and a lot of worldwide investors and things like that. And that's something fun to watch. Just like Janet Zipper when you guys were listening. By the way, Janet is definitely part of the Easyway family, and I help coach and consult her a little bit, and I love seeing the growth and where she's at. Now, and she's killing it with Jay-Z TV Live, and love to just continue to see the growth. And then we have the Beyond the Secret, movie, Beyond the Secret, the Awakening movie. That's going to be at the Universal Hilton, and we were really blessed to get involved with that entire team. And definitely shout out to Jeff Levine, our client, and Hannah Hornstein, our client, who's starring in the movie. And Jeff Levine's an executive producer. I was able to meet
Beyond the Secret, Beyond the Secret, the Awakening, right?
Yeah, Beyond the Secret, the Awakening. It's a similar movie to the Secret. It's all about the law of attraction and how deep it is, and really how you attract things to make yourself successful. But it's got some of the top people from Bob Proctor and Dr. Joe Vitale and David Metzler and all these people that are in that movie. And it's going to be a real VIP situation. And so we're going to be live and just letting you know how it's going down the easy way there on the 23rd. And then there's the Hollywood Weekly event. Yeah, Hollywood Weekly event with
going to be in the movie. Cool.
Yeah, there's a Hollywood Weekly magazine event, celebrating the week of the Grammys, and they're involved with a lot of great people with that. And then we get the Oscar stuff coming up. You got Samara's big event. Everybody knows about the luxury gala happening, and then the Robert's son, who's a very close friend of mine. By the way, happy birthday to Robert's son today.
Robert's birthday, cool.
Yeah, he's the founder of the American Chinese Seal Society. They have a big Oscar China night event, so I'll be going and walking the carpet there and supporting him. And again, another fun thing to follow. And everything's on the easywayfam.com. So if you go on the Facebook group, and that's going to be on the website soon, we'll make that real simple. It's a blog that you're going to want to follow, and just all this stuff is going to be on that blog. And then obviously I'm a coach, I'm a consultant. I help to accelerate brands and just accelerate people online. And I've been doing it. We have over 413 clients that we're doing it with, and we have a membership system. We have our Wall of Fame, and then we have all these amazing people we're putting on the Wall of Fame. We have a business directory we're going to be launching pretty soon. We have our app with the TV situation, and actually something really exciting for those that want to get IMDb credits and all of our shows, thanks to Matt J. Doyle, who was actually just at a big SAG Awards party. If you look at his face, if you look in the Easyway Fam Club group, he's going to be getting IMDb credits for all the shows. We have over 32 shows for the TV network, and so congratulations to Matt. Yeah, and Megan Fenyo with I Am Enough, and her new TV show is about to release here real soon. She's on IMDb. Everybody that's on her show will be able to get on IMDb. And so really think about this. This is kind of cool, and it's going to be something that's going to really boost a lot of the Easyway followers. Is all of our shows, who's all going to be pushing their own show and bringing in massive amounts of following into the network. If you get on those shows, you're also getting IMDb credits, which is now also increasing your star meter, increasing your rankings on Google. And then we have a deal that we signed with Trey Ireland and all his films and his movies and stuff. And there's more and more films, and that's one of the reasons we're going to this film festival. We're going to be getting more and more films for the network, and we're going to be airing the Beyond the Secret movie. And we're involved with the Wishman movie and what we're doing with that. The new magazine is going to be coming out here real soon with Frank Shankwitz, the creator of the Make-A-Wish Foundation, and basically the story was created around him for the movie. That's potentially going to be nominated for an Oscar, and I mean he's the cover. And then there's a lot of great stuff we got coming out with the magazine, and just all this really incredible stuff that creates opportunity for our Easyway family. That's going to be happening, and it's.
I got to say that is a good movie. Where did they see that, Eric?
Well, I mean, the Wishman movie, you can go on Netflix, you can go on Hulu, you can go buy it at Target, Walmart. I mean, it's everywhere right now. But the Beyond the Secret, the Awakening movie is not necessarily out. We're going to be airing it on our network for one. We're actually going to be doing. We help to facilitate a really big event within an event. One of our clients, and actually we're going to be doing a TV network for them. Is I'm not going to say the name yet. I'm going to keep it secret, but it's a massive convention. It's a massive event. It's expecting about 8,500 or so people.
Wow.
In March, and we're getting ready to help facilitate a screening as well as all those major name speakers that are in that movie. There's going to be a panel, and just a lot of real cool stuff we're facilitating to help increase and accelerate other people's businesses, and we have a speaker program now too. So if anybody wants to be a bigger and better speaker, get on bigger and better stages, get out there more, and get that third-party validation online, we have a whole program dedicated to doing that guarantees you a bestseller on your book, guarantees you to be on all the TV stuff we have, the 120 different media affiliates and partners that we have, all the big red carpets and all the big events that we're doing, our Golden Gala and our big 50-foot carpet that's going to happen in September. And it just pretty much guarantees you to accelerate like nobody's business and put you on major stages because we have all those partners. We have all those relationships lined up. And it's just a program that you follow, and you will accelerate your speaker presence, and you will get more book sales, and you'll get all this incredible stuff. But basically, ericzuley.com is where you're going to go to get this information from now on. And I'd really appreciate if you guys would like that and you'd share those blog posts. I mean, like right now, you'll see Beyond the Secret, The Awakening on there. You'll see the big event that we're doing with the Hollywood Global Film Festival. And you'll see more and more stuff on there. And then we're also going to be doing a lot of client highlights, a lot of Easy Way Fam Cam, we call it. We got our cam on you guys, Easy Way Fam. We're going to be doing a lot of promotion and spotlighting all of the awesome Easy Way family. So we're watching those that are sharing. We're watching those that are supporting. We're watching those that are involved in actually helping us grow. We want to help you grow in return. And so you can earn your way to getting on the Wall of Fame. You can earn your way to getting on the business directory. You can earn your way to getting spotlighted on my website, which, by the way, gets about 10,000 impressions a month right now. But we're expecting a lot more to happen with all these new affiliates and collaborations. Got a massive panel happening on March 20th. We're also going to be celebrating my birthday with Greg Reed, who's the executive producer for the Wishman movie, and a lot of people know him from Secret Knock, and he's in like 80-something books. We have Josh Liskey, who's now #1 for Kirby and just got the President's Cup. And then Hannah Hornstein, who's got, multiple people that are really high-level people under her with her Virtuity, and then Patty Sadler with her book company, New Life Clarity Publishing, and Dante Sears and just all these amazing people that are going to be on my panel that focuses on teaching BKM, building an audience, keeping an audience, because that's tough. Building an audience is tough enough. But keeping an audience and keeping it followed up and consistent and keeping them on your list is not that easy, and there's a lot of strategies in doing that. And then the final one, M, means monetizing an audience. And we have 24 different levels of residual income coming into our company right now on how we monetize an audience. And these are all top-level experts that have had the most success in doing those specific three things. And I think every business and every influencer and every brand wants to learn that. So it's going to be a new media, Easy Way experts panel at the Los Angeles Convention Center. And so a lot of exciting stuff coming up. It's all going to be on the website.
What you created has been one of the most beneficial ways for people to get out there. I mean, people that are working with the different projects we're doing, it's one way. It's, one thing to work with a project, but to get this kind of results as far as exposure goes, this is the best I've ever heard.
What I determine, Dad, is based upon engagement. And when I get people that are very, very high level people that are standing next to Trump when he was inaugurated, and just major individuals and businesses that are already extremely successful and do not need us one bit. Entities like the Beyond the Secret, The Awakening movie, and meeting, and the first day meeting somebody and within 3 days signing them to a 1-year contract because they want to work with you. Obviously, you're doing something right. And not only that, but everybody that we're signing up to the program are also referring us to more higher level people. And what I'm also realizing is, as we're working with these higher level individuals, the people that we already have in our Easy Way family that have been on the fence and working with us are now going, well, oh, you're working with so-and-so, or oh, you're working with this entity or that entity. I'm going to really look at this membership thing. I'm going to really look at doing a TV show or a network with you guys. And so they're starting to come around now. And everybody will see it every year at the Easy Way Awards Golden Gala.
What you have to realize is, yes, they're notable entities. And do they need you? Well, yeah, see, people like with Sears and Penny's and Blockbuster and that, they are notable entities, but everything's changing, and you're going and you're seeing their buildings empty now. So they have all this going on. It's exciting, but they don't have the new age with the media and how to get out there, and that's the difference today.
Yeah, and what we're doing, what I tell everybody is, and again, go to the EricZuley.com. All this is going to be there. If you go to the EasyWayFam.com, basically it's the Facebook group. You're seeing all the success of all the Easy Way family members, all the members, all the people. You're seeing the success of, like, for instance, I don't want to, put Matt J. Doyle on the spot, but when I met Matt J. Doyle, he was trying to do a, internet-based, show to help artists, music and actors. And he was trying to do some great things, but there's some push and some help that he needed. And after I became an executive producer of that TV show, now his IMDb credits have skyrocketed. He's quadrupled his social media following. He's getting invited and confirmed to going to the legitimate SAG events and legitimate carpets. He's being interviewed by higher profile situations. He's got higher profile people in his TV show. People are coming to him, paying him his program now that we helped him develop. To be able to get that extra boost for their shine on their star, and he's now an integral piece of what we're doing, with Easy Way Network, with Easy Way TV, and he's now our IMDb director, and he's getting all these different things and all these different opportunities. He'll be there today, and he's bringing in numerous people from the artist process that are becoming Easy Way members. And you can literally see the growth from when we first started with them to now today. Josh Liskey is another good, for instance. And you're going to see all this on the blog post. When you guys follow EricZuley.com, you will see these highlights. You'll see what we're talking about. We're going to start showing a lot of case studies and proof, because there's no talk with us. It's there. The proof is in the pudding every day online. Yeah. And it's just going to be real fun to follow. And so I appreciate, you let me come in on the Gems today, and we actually have to get out of here, get ready to go down to this Hollywood Global Film Festival. And guys, make sure you tune in. Thank you. Well, make sure you tune in to the EasyWayFam.com. Make sure you tune into that group, to my profile page if you follow my stuff. We'll be live there on the carpet with some amazing people. And we do what's called the digital handshake effect for you guys to meet people in the comfort of your own home. And we've gotten over 7 business deals that have gone down. Actual money that has happened. 7 business deals have gone down from people watching our Facebook Live off of the digital handshake effect. It's really incredible.
It's a new age. It's ever changing. Every day it's changing, and you keep up on the cutting edge. So appreciate you coming on, Eric. Radio Boomers Live. And guys, the clock is ticking, Reatha. It's just ticking so fast, and time for us to move along. And until next week, Monday morning, tune in with Reatha and I, and get informed, because we cover all the bases. And Monday morning, 10 o'clock to 11, and sometimes we go a little bit later when we do our little party afterwards. But till then, guys, keep moving, keep the faith, and we'll see you next Monday morning, 10 o'clock. Radio Boomers Live, out.
Thank you for listening to Radio Boomers Live with your hosts, Reatha Gray, Star Betty White's Off Their Rockers, and Easy's dad, Jim Zuley. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter at Radio Boomers Live. Radio Boomers Live is brought to you by the Easy Way Broadcasting Network. That's the letter E, the letter Z, Broadcasting Network.